Come on in.
Hi.
Hi. I was told your name is Carol.
Yes.
Carol, my name's Tamala,
Hi.
and I'll be doing your counseling right now. And I just want to give you some legal information off the bat that everything that we say here is held in confidentiality. So the only time that would be broken is if you are suicidal or could harm yourself or someone else, or if I had court jurisdiction where they ask for your records. And other than that, harming yourself and others or court jurisdiction are the only times I can release anything that you say to me. So everything that you say to me is held in confidence unless you specifically tell me you don't want it held in confidence. And that's just our basic ground rules.
Okay.
And I was told that you were a very good student and that you just recently moved here from Texas, from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to get a little bit of information about what you're feeling right now after you moved from Texas, because I understand it was a bit traumatic.
Yeah, I'm just kind of having a hard time, making friends at the new school, and just some of my teachers I'm just not really liking, and the workload is just kind of overwhelming.
And let me ask you something. Before you were a really good student and now you're saying everything is overwhelming. Is something distracting you from your work at this point?
I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. I just kind of have a hard time, getting up in the morning, and I have a hard time sleeping at night. And, we lost our dog and our cat in the whole ordeal, and I just, I really miss being back at the house, and, I just keep thinking about, all the water coming into our home and us being trapped in there and not being able to get out for, hours and hours, and nobody came to help us, and I just, I'm feeling kind of just, a little depressed.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like you are depressed. Let me ask you something. Are you suicidal at this point? Do you think you would harm yourself?
No. No, I do feel out of place.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel, like, because everything's been destroyed, there's just a little bit of, like, hopelessness. And, I just kind of feel like because all of our stuff is gone, I'm living out of a suitcase. And, I just, that's really bothering me.
Okay. So right now, just to make sure that I'm understanding what's going on with you, you're feeling depressed because right now you're living out of a suitcase. You came from the area that was affected from Hurricane Harvey. You lost your cat and your dog.
Yeah.
You don't have any friends right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're having a hard time with the schoolwork. You were saying that your sleep is very disturbed.
Yeah, I have nightmares at night, and I wake up a lot, and I can't get back to sleep, and it's just, I feel like it's affecting me at school because I can't stay awake, and I'm tired all the time. And then when I get home, I have all this homework, and there just really isn't a place for me to just kind of go and sit quietly and do my homework, because where we're living right now is just really crowded.
Okay. So you're basically very crowded right now. Can you elaborate a little more on that?
Well, we're living with some relatives, and there's just a lot of people living in the house. So we're basically, all four of us are like in one bedroom.
Okay.
And it's really hard. There's only one living room, and it's just, the space is really, really limited.
Well, it sounds to me like you're very stressed at this point. And I'd like to know, when you were in Texas, what did you do when you were stressed?
Well, I had my bedroom to go to.
So but you don't have that now.
No, I mean, I had my bedroom, I had my friends, you know, it was just normal day-to-day stuff, and, you know, my routine, getting up in the morning and, you know, go heading off to the bus stop to, you know, ride the bus to school. And, you know, now, you know, it's just all different.
So it sounds like you're pretty frustrated too that everything is different and that you're overcrowded. Let me ask you something. Did you have anything you used to do after school, specifically an after school activity that used to relax you?
Yeah, I used to be involved in gymnastics, and, you know, 2 or 3 times a week my mom would drop me off at the gym, the gymnastic gym, and I would have my lesson, and then I could, you know, I had some friends at the gym that, you know, I like to hang out with. And my coach, she was really cool because she was very encouraging, and she could always tell when I was having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
She would make little jokes and just to try to brighten me up, and, you know, I miss that.
Well, it sounds like you're having what's called depression and post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder is where you're reliving something that was traumatic in your mind, and
Yeah.
that's what's happening to disturb your sleep. Let me ask you, I know that we can't make everything like it was where you were at home. If we could work on one thing, could we try working on, say, something after school?
Yeah, like maybe I could get involved in something that, you know, brings, you know, a little bit of joy to me. Maybe I can go and look at some recreational, you know, classes I can take.
Well, what I was going to suggest is this. You used to do gymnastics, and it sounds like something that you'd like to get involved back in.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to, but the thing that's worrying me is that you still have a problem with the schoolwork.
Yeah.
In terms of the schoolwork, because that's something that can affect you long term, can we make an agreement that you will participate in a program at school for tutoring for an hour and a half a day until all your work is caught up?
Okay.
After that hour and a half a day, I will get you a bus pass furnished to you and a membership at the YMCA so that you can participate in their gymnastics classes after your tutoring.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
Now, the reason I suggested it in this order is that that will take you out of the house some, and that will help you have some time that's private to yourself, doing something that's familiar to you.
Okay.
In terms of the privacy at your house, I know that right now that's not a good situation for you.
Mm-hmm.
So for the next session, I would like your mother to come here.
Yeah, I know
And-
my mom and dad are looking at an apartment, but I think it's just because my dad's not working right now, and they were waiting on some money to come in, and this was only supposed to be temporary, but it seems like we've been here a little bit longer than we were supposed to.
So, if your family were to come in, I would like to counsel you as a family so that they can help you with the adjustments here, because they may not be aware of how you're feeling right now because they're dealing with their anxiety based on the situation you just told me about them not having their jobs in place.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd like to suggest is that they come in and I can help you as a family
Okay.
to get some resources that might help you get into a place to live, and that would restore your privacy
Yeah.
and your normalcy of having your home to yourself.
Okay.
Now, what I'd like to do, because you're feeling so depressed at this point, I'm worried, I'd like to meet with you every week.
Okay.
And we would meet every Friday We would review how your grades are. Because right now, I was given the information that you're failing several classes.
Yeah.
And with the tutoring, that would bring you back up to date in terms of the sleeping and the crowdedness. I can't do anything about that short term.
Yeah.
But in the midterm, we can help your parents with getting another living situation so that you'll be able to get more regulated.
All right.
In the meantime, I want you, after the week at the gym, to tell me how you're feeling and how your moods are. And what we will do is establish a severity scale of how you're feeling. If it's bad, if it's good, if it's terrific. And we will figure out from each week to week for the next 6 weeks how you're feeling and see about getting your grades up with the tutoring, the gymnastics, and that will give you some relaxation. It'll also give you the opportunity to make friends in an environment that you're used to because you're used to going to the gym and you're used to going to the coaching for gymnastics.
Right. Yeah.
Now, in terms of making friends, I know it's very difficult in high schools because everybody has their clique, they're already established.
Yeah.
What do you feel are your strengths that you have to offer?
Well, I'm very outgoing, but I think it's just because I'm going through all of this that I just feel like my self-esteem is really is really low, and I just don't feel like I'm good enough to make friends right now. Like I'm just kind of, I'm going through all that, and I just that's kind of how I feel right now.
Well, the thing is that you're perceiving yourself based on how you used to be. You're still that person who is outgoing and enthusiastic. You just need to dig within yourself to find that person again.
Yeah.
I think that your self-esteem will go up once you're into the gymnastics and you'll feel more comfortable approaching people. Because one of the things that was brought to me is that with you not getting the exercise that you prefer, you're gaining weight. So I know that that's affecting your self-esteem.
Yeah.
Do you think that losing that weight will help you achieve being more comfortable with people?
Yeah, definitely, because the kids in my school are just very judgmental, and that definitely would help me.
Do you feel that there's anyone at your school that you could approach?
Yeah, I have a couple kids in my second period history class that are pretty cool.
So let's set 3 goals this week.
Okay.
The 3 goals are that you will attend the tutoring for the next 5 days for an hour and a half after school.
Okay.
In doing so, I will get you a bus pass.
Okay.
And a membership to the Y.
Okay.
So that you can go ahead and participate in the activity that you like, and that will help you with losing the weight that you've gained from not being able to participate.
Okay.
In terms of doing this, I also want to set up a meeting with your parents.
Okay.
And treat you as a family, because when one person is suffering, usually the whole house is suffering.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I don't want you to be getting well and your parents not getting well at the same time.
Yeah.
Because as a family, you get sick. As a family, you get well. So we will go ahead and set that up.
Okay.
For the next 6 weeks. We'll meet every Friday at, let's say, 5:30.
Okay.
You'll come here after your tutoring in the gym.
Okay.
Do you have access to clothes to be able to go to the gym?
Yeah, I have all my stuff. I brought a bunch of stuff with me, so I have my things, yes.
Okay. And in terms of the midterm goal, will be to get you, your mother and father, set up into a more beneficial place for you.
Okay.
So that you'll be able to eventually get some privacy, because I know that living with another family is stressful because
Yeah.
you're not used to their routines. You're not used to how they do things. They're not used to you. Now, on the long term, eventually, our goal is to get it to where you won't need the tutoring anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that with the tutoring, once you're up to date with your studies, that'll take some of the stress off of you, and you'll be able to sleep and concentrate a little bit more. I think that you have so many things going on right now that it's all disturbing your sleep. So if you get the exercise that you need, it'll tire you out some, and it'll make it more comfortable for you to sleep.
Okay.
Now, in terms of your strengths, you're outgoing, you're athletic. Do you have any other concerns right now?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. So this week, the shortest term goal that I'd like you to work on is this. You stated that you have a couple of people in your history class that you think would be approachable.
Yeah.
I'd like you to approach one person this week
Okay.
with a overture of friendship. Ask if you can have lunch with them or sit with them, and just try to get back into the groove of things. And then what we'll do is we'll meet again next week and review everything. And then at the 3-week point, we will meet with bringing your parents in so that we can work with you as a family.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. I'll look forward to seeing you again. And do you have any concerns or questions for me?
No, I think I'm good.
Did I cover everything that you need and we got most of your needs met?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm hoping to see you again next week in a better mood. I think you'll be there. But I want you to go to the tutoring. And even though it's not a session on Friday, I'd like you to come back this Monday, and I'll have your bus pass and your Y membership available to you, okay?
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'll look forward to seeing you next Friday at 5:30.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.